It's the Red Bull Ring then for ABB's seasons as well. Let's just go over. The story so far.
Circuits that present so many difficulties when it comes to qualifying, presented many challenges for the drivers. As you can see, one of those challenges would have been taking on the new gravel traps, and that was certainly one of the talking points in qualifying yesterday. Track limits another, and that caught out our championship leader yesterday. He did qualify in 8th place. He has been demoted to 24th place.
Welcome to Spielberg, Austria for round 6 of the FIA Formula 3 Championship and our sprint race as well. Looks like everyone's having technical difficulties this morning to wake up as well. We didn't see the qualifying highlights, and I think we're in Formula E, Formula 3 and Formula E. They do sound very, very similar. But here we go then, here at the Red Bull Ring for the sprint race. It's 9:27 in the morning over there in Austria, 8:27 here in the UK, and everybody alongside me in the comments box, Jack here too. We're all just trying to keep going, but I really hate these early morning starts, so let's hope it's a good race. Good morning, Omi.
Yes, good morning. Keep going, I'm just getting started on JBMotorsports this week. I've had a lot of other commentary throughout the as well. I have been busy and excited for this Formula 3 race. Then Sean starting on pole, trying to win his first race as a McLaren Junior. He's won before though this season at Albert Park. So he'll be chasing another victory, his second victory in Formula 3. Mansell will be chasing his first. He is in second place, qualified on pole for the 100th race last time out. Let's see if he can take it in the sprint race today.
Morning, Jack, down there in pit lane as well. And boy, oh boy, are we getting ready for what hopefully it's going to be a great race. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright, thank you very much. Honestly, I think that's going to be an interesting race. Austria and Spielberg always deliver when it comes to Formula 3. Always a very exciting race. Good to see one of our McLaren juniors on pole position. And also, one of them started 4th as well. You can see Alex Dunn. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty exciting race. A little bit tired as well myself. I did stay up till 3 AM to watch the NASCAR truck race. So yeah. Not maybe a mistake on my part.
And people say, why don't we cover more of NASCAR instead of trucks activity? Because we would never ever sleep. We barely sleep as we do now to come into it. So let's just stay with Cup, shall we? Dustin Boganovic starting 8th on the grid as well. Nolly on down to 12th, but the championship leader, of course, getting penalised after track limits. It looks like, Omi, this could be still a factor despite the gravel at the side of the circuit. Track limits continue to play an issue here.
Yeah, they definitely could as well. We of course a lot with it in the F2 sprint race last time out. But here's the grid for the F3 sprint race today.
Martin Steinschul's on pole position. Christian Mans is alongside him on the front row of the grid. Nicholas Solov alongside Alexander Doon. Then we see Sebastian Montoya in 5th, Lawrence Van Hopen starts 6th, Ollie Goetz is in 7th, Dino Boganovic has 8th position. 9th for Gabriel Mini alongside Tim Giovinazzi down in 10th, Arvid Lindblad has 11th, and Noel Leon is in 12th position. It's 13th for Nikita Bedrin with Santiago Ramos in 14th. Luke Browning takes 15th with a penalty alongside Sami Megatunif starting 16th. 17th for Clan Shields, Max Esterson is in 18th, Sophia Flörsch in 19th position, Joshua Dufek up to 20th. 21st for Tommy Smith with 22nd at Mari Boya. Mateus Zagazitas in 23rd position. Leonardo Forlaroli takes 24th. Kasper Sutras in 25th as well with Charlie Verds 26th. Tanasavol into Provozak is 27th with Joseph Loke down in 28th position. 29th on the field for Callum Vozin and 30th for Peter Wisnicki lines up on row 15. Time for the formation lap to get underway here at the Red Bull Ring. New camera here this weekend, which is akin back to the original days of the A1 ring, where we had sort of a camera at the start lights angle. The wire camera can now go up and across the circuit, so it more zigzags across it to give you a run from turn 1 to turn 2. So it's the first time they've tested this technology as well. But Omi, before we hear from the top 3, what are you thinking as we head down towards turn 1?
Should be a pretty chaotic race. We've seen contact between leaders here in the past, so should be very exciting. Let's hope we don't get that, but let's hope we get an exciting battle. Stenchel will do all he can to try keep Christian Mansell behind. So there should be a really great race coming our way. As you mentioned, they're all on their formation lap. Let's see if Stenchel will be able to convert it to victory. Let's hear from our top 3.
We put new tires, or we put the old ones for tomorrow. As you know, as I said, we have the pace, so maybe saving the new set for Sunday could be a better option to score more points overall in the weekend.
It's great for overtaking, which can be awesome for me, but terrible at the same time, because, you know, if I do Martinius off the line and, you know, then he does me back on the straight, and then you fall into a DRS trade, and then that's it. You know, what can you do?
I think it's gonna be a difficult race to stay in the lead all the race, so we just have to manage as well as we can, and then see where we end up.
There's your runners then here in Formula 3. Fingers crossed it's going to be a very entertaining race. We should have a constant stream of action. Jack, what about you? What are you expecting? Oh, might not have read.
I was on mute. You do this once every stream, man. But anyway, I expect chaos, because Formula 3, it is chaos. I mean, you've got people, especially in the sprint racing, you've got people who aren't usually near the front. I'm not saying that these guys aren't normally near the front, but they're not near the front as often. They're going to be nearer to the front. So I expect pure, unfiltered chaos. It won't be like the truck race last night, but it will probably be close to it. That truck race was, I mean, we went, I'm trying to remember, we couldn't even go a corner without wrecking. It was crazy.
Tracks do that, don't they? I mean, we're in for an interesting start down to turn 1. So,
yeah, circuits like this and Monza just deliver chaos in Formula 3, but an overtaking fest at the same time.
Lewis Hamilton, I thought, what was he eating? Because he said that this race is usually boring. You usually don't see a lot of overtaking. That's because he's used to winning it. He's not used to fighting in it, and that Mercedes can't overtake anything. Austria is one of the best circuits on the Formula 1 calendar. It's a short track race, as Omi says, overtaking fest. 21 laps ahead of us then. Wisnicki and Vozin line up at the back of the field. We'll get the green flag. The camera starts to shoot down. It will then be all eyes to those red shining lights. There'll be a 5-light procedure and then a randomly determined pause of up to 7 seconds. 3, 4, 5. Lights out in Austria. It's a good start from Steinshaw. Better get away though from Solov. And again, Steinshaw has to come across because in the second phase of the start, Mansell has the inside line to turn 1 and gets ahead. Looking further back as well to see if they all make it through. No contact. And Dino Beganovic is spinning. 360 and keeps on going. Beganovic goes right to the back of the field. Mansell's under pressure from Steinshaw. Meantime, Tommy Smith is side by side with Nolly on as well for the back. Mansell's keeping the inside line. Steinshaw's trying to go around the outside and get sent off the circuit. Solov with Dune side by side. And now look at this from Solov trying to come back on the inside line. Steinshaw cuts in behind Mansell. They're 3 wide as we go down to Sochner's Gold. Mansell on the inside. Steinshaw in the middle. Round the outside goes Solov and up into second position. Brilliant start from Mansell and Solov, but Mansell did not get the initial great getaway on me, but in the second phase of the start got going and the safety car is out.
Yep, safety car out on the opening tour of the race as well. So a dramatic start to the race, but what a battle out front. Solov versus Mansell, and then Central falling down the order. Dunn maintaining position in P4, but it's absolute chaos at the start of this race, and Kasper Stuka is eliminated at the start, we believe.
Charlie Vert's also in 29th position with Dino Beganovic in 28th as well, so there might have been a problem there. That's Sutra stopped. He's the only one on the circuit on the run out of turn 1. I wonder if he had contact. There's the Aston Martin safety car. What a start there, Jack. What did you make of it?
Yeah, what racing that was. That was absolutely brilliant. As you see the MP Motorsport car just pulled over to the side of the track. I'm not entirely sure who that is. But yeah, what a start that was. Some brilliant battling. You saw Dino Beganovic unfortunately spun round. But other than that, we had some absolutely top class racing. As you can see, Christian Mansell taking the lead through there. But just some absolutely phenomenal racing. Almost going 3 wide, maybe even 4 wide, I thought at points. But who makes contact here? I think it's the VAR car there at the back. That's who I want to say it was who hit Beganovic.
Amy?
Yep, indeed. If it was one of the VARs, I'm going to guess it would be Noel Leon, but Beganovic tucking in, Travanitz and Mansell, not Mansell, sorry, Launton Hoopen right to us as we made our way to Montoya, and then it seems like Beganovic just loses it on exit, trying to get on the power, trying to fight up the hill, but no, instead he just loses. They're lucky not to stall that one, but lucky to be in this contest, and then this is, we're going to see it with Gabriele Mini now.
Let's have a look. There was 0 contact. Yeah, Beganovic just spun it on his own. He got the curve.
Interesting.
This is Browning. So what happens to Casper? No sign of anything there. Browning gets nearly shoved off. He does get shoved off the circuit. Oh my word! Horrific driving standards there by Nikita Bedrin. Alright, safety car's out. Slightly concerned that that's our Formula 3 standard of driving from Bedrin there, just forcing him off the track, throwing him towards the wall.
I do think Ramos pitch as well. So we don't know the reason why, due to why that he has had to come into the pit lane, but we're on the second lap of this one. Crazy start so far. The normal typical Formula 3 stuff is safe to go out on the opening of the race. When we do get racing, should be a very exciting one. It should be some more overtaking coming our way on the opening lap. But yes, no idea on how Casper Stuka exited the race there.
So it's Charlie Verts, Tommy Smith, well, hang on a minute. It's Tommy Smith, Santiago Ramos, and Joshua Dufek. They've all come into the pit lane. Verts has now dropped to 26th position, so last of those who have not stopped. Safety car's out, and we will proceed behind it for at least another lap after this one. So lap 5 is the earliest we can restart, unless we get the safety car ending by the time we get out of Sochi's goal. Let's have some interviews.
It's definitely, there's more opportunities at this track, especially if you have a tricky qualifying and start further back. I think there's more opportunities to come to the front. Obviously we're on a soft tyre this weekend, which will have more deg, so I think if you manage to look after your tyres well at the beginning of the race, I think you'll really benefit from that towards the end.
And safety car still out there. Let's cross over to the world feed, get the thoughts of Chris McCarthy and Alex Brendel.
Podium here, we've still got a way to go in this race, but this one nicely poised so far. And now we're back on these European tracks. We spoke a little bit about this. Those drivers, those rookie drivers in particular, are familiar territory, and it's starting to level out the field side.
It's a little bit more on home ground, isn't it? For example, the experience with regards to the tyre there from Alex Dunn, giving it a feel for the difference in compound. And what he means by look after the tyre at the beginning of the stint is avoid graining on this soft compound tyre. It's relatively well known around here that it's easy to slide the tyre across the road in these sequential right-handers that end the lap, and indeed in the middle sector as well, the front tyre. Damage the surface of it early in the race, especially in cooler conditions like we have on track right now, or relatively cooler than it will be later on. You damage the tyre and then it never comes back to you. It's not a high degradation surface, but it is a surface that has the opportunity to deliver that graining to the car, and you can really get yourself in trouble around here if you do so. The incident in turn 1 involving Wirtz and Stuka will be noted, not yet investigated, so we'll see if there's a penalty resulting from that. Nice early call on the safety car ending this lap, gives Mansell an opportunity to warm the tyre.
Now let's have a look at that. Try and look at that incident towards the back of the field. They started right in the last couple of rows, so have a look after that.
Yeah, so you're looking for the orange car, top right of your screen. That's Stuka just making his way into the braking zone now.
Well, let's have a look then. Oh, he runs over the back.
I think that's Joseph Lowe.
Right, so he runs over the back. Yeah, let's have a look. Over the 17, and that is Charlie Wirtz. That's why Wirtz has dropped back, Omi, so far down the field.
Yeah, it could have been Loke on the inside as well. So it was 3 wide heading down in there, and that means Asper Stuka is out of the race. Safety car is ending though. We got that message pretty early. ART 1 and 2. Mansell, who will be leading us back to green flag racing.
Let's see where we go then. Green flag will be displayed and overtaken to the start finish line though, remember that. Even I've got the lag coming through on my end. Mansell hits the pedal and we go racing. Yeah, I'm hearing myself twice back now, that's confusing me. We're racing here at the Red Bull Ring. Mansell, Solov, Steinshaw, Dune, Montoya, the top 5. And anyone fancy a move? Taking a look, yeah, further up into turn number 1. Lindbland's under attack as well from not Leon, Chiminazzi 2. Goethe finding behind. So Chiminazzi ahead of Leon, Lindblad, Bedrin, Browning, Negatunif. 3 wide further back though as well because they are not giving up as Arvin Lindblad tries to send it to the inside line. Leon will get back ahead. And no, Chiminazzi gets ahead in the braking zone. So it's all changed back and Bedrin's out past Lindblad. It's all happening as well with Luke Browning, who's now trying to join this fight with Bedrin and Browning. He's on the grass. He's going around the outside line to turn 4. A double downhill maneuver. Can he pull it off? Yes, he can. Luke Browning with a stellar overtake there. Either side of both of them into turn 4. And he's up into 11th position.
Super stuff by Luke Browning. They were battling on the inside. He said that he will go all the way around the outside, and he did. Turned it into a traction race down to turn number 6. Brilliant stuff by him as well. Bedrin battling with Sami Megatunif, who's trying to get through as well as we go down towards turn number 9. They're all looking all over the road for an opportunity to overtake. We are still yet to get DRS, but they're still all going for it with late sends up the inside. Joseph Loke also is making his way through onto Sanapol into Pruvazak.
So, lap 6 of 21. The lead still with Mansell as everyone else shuffles back. They're going to have DRS this lap, and there are 3 DRS zones to choose from. Bogdanovic down in 24th position. Mansell's got a 1:24.390, and a few drivers then will now sense the opportunity to have this DRS, but they're all slipstreaming anyway up into turn 3 as we see Megatuna trying to go around the outside of Bedrin, and does so. Into Pruvazak ahead of Clan Shields. Down to 4. A few more overtakes Omi coming his way, but that's about it. Everyone just settling now to the DRS train.
Yep, absolutely. Luke Browning looking for it on Tim Travenis. Can he go to the inside and back out of that one? He's had a good race so far. He's already been eliminated from a sprint contest this season. That will not want that again. So he is going to try and make overtakes when he can, where possible. But it seems like it's a good drive so far for Luke Browning, so he'll be hoping that he can continue. The 2 McLaren Juniors seem close. The 2 ARTs also look battle as well with the DRS. So we've got some interesting scraps coming our way now with the DRS open. There'll all be a DRS train with 15 now.
Mansell does a 1:23.783. Another fastest lap of the race. Solov just staying behind him. Jack, do you reckon Solov's going to have an attack? It is his teammate after all.
I don't think he's going to be too aggressive, but I think he'll definitely try and make a move if he's quicker. That's my opinion, because really in Formula 3, these people aren't exactly teammates. They just drive for the same team. There are no team orders in Formula. Oh, as Fornaroli is shoved off there. He keeps his foot on the floor though. And meanwhile here is Solov trying to go around the outside of Christian Mansell. They're side by side going through the corner, and a brilliant move. Nicola Solov takes the lead of the race.
Well, you were saying, Jack, about how they're not really teammates, they drive for the same team. I think that's proven what your point was. He is going to attack Mansell. Because depending on what was happening out there on the circuit, that was Sophia Flörsch pushing Forlaroli off the track as well. Sophia up in 16th position at the moment. Forlaroli's now dropped behind Mary Boyer as well. This is the move, Amy.
Indeed. Yeah, this was the move as well. So Mansell, all you can do is try to defend Solov with so much momentum around the outside. We saw a brilliant battle between ARTs and Bahrain that possibly even cost them the victory in the opening race of the season that belonged to Arvid Lindblad. But yes, they're all going to go and fight as much as they can. Now, this was Mary Boyer and Leonardo Fornaroli with not a lot of margin as we made our way to the third turn of the circuit. Fornaroli deeper on the brakes trying to get through, but Boyer is just going to show him the curb, and Fornaroli is going to have to rejoin the road. Gets the better momentum though, and then is able to take the position on exit.
Nicely done as well, as it was actually side by side with Boyer as well, as you say, not Flörsch. Flörsch moved ahead now. She is up as well, but challenging Max Esterson. Don't forget, Sophia Flörsch got her best ever result in Formula 3 at this circuit last year. A 9th place finish, scored points in the World Championship as well for Formula 3. She actually also did it in the sprint race, but got a penalty, so she went out the next day and did it again.
Indeed, top two not separated by anything still, so they're still looking to battle. They could open the door for the McLaren Juniors soon as well. Central will be desperate to try and fight back in this one.
Down we go again. Mansell's got the DRS, Steinshaw 2 as Dune, but I think there's a gap just big enough. Mansell is going to have the attack on Solov. It's a long run up towards turn 3. This is out of turn 1, the Niki Lauda curve. Turn 2 doesn't really exist. It's a kink that was added for MotoGP. Then they added the 2A, 2B chicane. So turn 3 is Remus. The first real opportunity for braking zone as well. After turn 1, they all climb up the hill. No one going for an overtake so far. Steinshaw and Doom, but remember, they're not the same livery for McLaren drivers, but different teams. High Tech and MP, and the two at the front are teammates as well. But they're all independent. They all want to win this race. Mansell just can't get alongside Solov into Sochi's gold at turn 4. Used to be the Bosch curve.
Can't get.
Gone.
Yes, can't get through indeed. At that opportunity, Fornaroli Boyer has been noted as well, so the turn 3 incident which we were telling you about earlier on. Now we're on lap number 9 of this race. The ARTs continue to deal it out. McLaren's both juniors going to try and show who's better. Sophia Flörsch dropping down slightly, has lost a few places. Zagazeta has also just got through as well on Sophia Flörsch.
Now at 9:07, I will be disappearing to start Megan on the MotoGP. I'll leave you on battle screen with Omi and Jack leading this race coverage, so you won't miss a thing on the channel. But I'll be back for like 2 minutes while I just let Megan start MotoGP and their practice session, and then I'll take over here towards the end of the session as well. And then she's coming here with JT to start the pre-show for Formula 1. Oh, broken front wing! That's for Sophia Flörsch! No! Sophia's got a broken front wing! And Browning's having a go on the inside line on Tim Chiminazzi, and he's got him. He's got him, yeah, on the inside. And look how much Browning's tyres have been disintegrated, but Chiminazzi's fighting back. He's trying to go around the outside, down into Sochi's goal. We know that's an opportunity for overtaking, but meantime as well, Montoya nearly making severe contact with Alexander Dune. They rubbed wheels, but did Benjamin, Forlaroli's dropped back into position. Medicuna and Esterson got through, but I think Browning has stayed ahead of Chiminazzi.
Yeah, so Browning passed him, Travinitz there as well. But yes, I mentioned Sophia Flörsch dropping down the answer. Now we've got our reason to why as well. Such disappointment for her, that's why she lost a few places there as well. Lindblad now will be the next one to go on the attack in the battle for 11th on Travinitz. But it's a battle for the lead overall because everyone is in this straight. Everyone's full goal. Really fighting for it as we come over the line once again. Mansell's going to have another chance to go on the attack. Montoya is going to try and get past Alex Dunn as well.
Sophia Flörsch says box to change front wing for Van Amersfoort Racing. And she's in now as well. I'll put her last overall. Zagazito and Lokov are noted for leaving the track and getting an advantage. Montoya has the DRS on Alexander Dune. Is he using anything from his dad? No. Meantime, further back, double lock-up as we see side by side Goethe and Van Hopen. Van Hopen jumping off the track within Goethe as well, just side by side. Still that battle raging on. Montoya trying to go around the outside and can't get ahead of Dune. Meantime, Goethe v Van Hopen, and Van Hopen stays ahead. Need a drink and all this, wow.
Yeah, battling. Yes, Formula 3 Austria delivering, but yes, Goethe tried to attack Lawrence Van Hopen as well in the battle, as you did mention. So we've got a few scraps going on. This is Beganovich down to turn 1.
Now who's he attacking? Joseph Loke.
Is he going to get a run? Yes.
That was simple. Why do we need to see this?
So he's overtaking Joseph Loke.
Yeah.
Simple.
That was very much needed of a replay, wasn't it? Wow. Fantastic.
I think some... What? A simple overtake. Okay.
Well, I think the race director needs to have a
My
little bit of a
God.
thing. Yeah. So, down we go again. This is up to turn 4. Solov leads Mansell, Steinshaw, Dune, Montoya. That's the top 5. But they're all still so close together. Forlarelli again, trying to have a go around the outside of Bedrin and gets okay drives on the sausage curb. Out of turn 3 at Remus, down the hill to Socha's Gold. Forlarelli's on the outside line, gets ahead of Bedrin. Bedrin will have the last of the late braking zone if he can just about hold it on the inside line. He does so. Meantime, just behind, we've got Bedrin and Boyer battling out, and Bedrin gets ahead of Boyer. Forlarelli in there too. Timing screen can't keep up as he tries to go on the outside now. So Forlarelli gets ahead of Bedrin.
Oh.
Boyer gets ahead of Esterson.
All happening in this race, and still having to defend. Right now it's Bedrin because Boyer is trying to fight back.
Inside line at Rint, and he's got him. You're never really going to defend that if he's enough along the inside line. Last 2 corners really are single file.
Now we've got 2 trains forming with Megatunif outside the 1 second.
That's what worries me. Bye-bye our camera.
Goodness me.
Gets destroyed by car 6 of Ramos.
Ramos.
Was he battling Mansell? No. So Ramos a lap down now? No. He was battling with Charlie Verts.
They are very... Was the Van Amersfoort. So... Yeah, could have been... We'll need to work out probably who that one was. Maybe Tommy Smith.
Yeah, I bet it was Tommy Smith actually looking at it.
Mansell though, so... graphics. So the graphics team are having a mare there.
Taking a while for
We
everyone
all
to
are
wake up, yeah.
on this morning with technology.
Reminder that after this we've got at 9:10 the MotoGP free practice team. Megan starting it off. I'll finish it. Then we got MotoGP qualifying. That's at 9:45. 10:15. You've got the F1 sprint build up. Josh T and Megan. Megan hosting Josh T there as well, giving all the lowdowns. And then at 12:25 the F2 sprint. 1:50 is the MotoGP sprint. Then it's 2:45 for F1 qualifying. 3:25 for FP2 of Formula E. Jess taking it through that with the world feed. 5:30 FE qualifying. 9:30 is the race 1 coverage as well. Look how close the top 3 are now. And look how close everyone is, but Mansell especially wants a run on Solov. You can sense it trying to break through. Hell, the car's flying past us. What do you make of the race so far then, Jack? 14 and 21.
That means then that you damage the tyre actually more.
Good battles taking place right now. You got, looks like Gunn and I think Stenton, I think you might pronounce it.
Yeah.
Both of them keeping up with two ARTs fairly nicely here as we look here. Just a quick little nice slow-mo shot that they always seem to show in the race that I don't personally see the point of. Yeah, it should be some pretty exciting racing to go still in this race, despite the lack of pit stops.
I think, they've sort of taken the MotoGP approach, haven't they? So sort of show replays. Look at Mansell. Such a DRS run. He's going to go to the inside line at Remus. And can he get ahead of Solov? Yes, he can. But is Solov going to swap back? Tries on the outside line. Mansell had that defended. Brilliant run. But here comes Solov again, Omi, down towards turn 4 and Socha's Gold.
Yep, he's got a chance to fight back. Mansell will force him the long way around, but I think Solov's going to have this.
That's going to be close. That's going to be very, very tight. Solov just about holds it around the outside. Mansell will not defend any harder than he has to because it will result in them both going off the track. And into the lead of the race goes Nikola Solov. Mansell back to second. Bedrins past Zagazita as well.
Yes, and we had the two Tridents collided who battled for the sprint win last time out in the opening laps of the race. So these two ARTs don't want to follow suit and also have contact as well, as we're still all battling. Montoya still looking for it on Alex Dunn. This race starting to come alive once again. So Dunn is going to be under massive pressure now down the start-finish straight, and then also the second and third straight that will follow. So we've got some interesting battles coming our way this lap.
Look at this, Montoya trying to go around the outside of Dude. Now he cuts back to the inside line on the run into turn 1. Fabulous move for Montoya. But can he hold it in the outside? No. And there's contact. There's more contact on the grass. Goes Alexander Dune, and there's more contact. And another. And another. Montoya defending like his father. And now he's in a similar situation that Montoya was with Schumacher in 2001. And Peel Montoya goes off the track exactly like what Pablo did.
Yeah.
Wow. Dune back through, and here comes everybody else. Mini's involved in there too, and the lead's changing again. Mansell's on the inside line. Mansell gets ahead and moves up, and meantime, it's all chaos behind as Dune heads ahead of Montoya, Van Hopen, Goethe, Mini in there too, as everyone now starts to have a cataclysmic result.
Yep, here we go as well with Mini trying to get through as well. He was side by side with Noah Leon. Van Hopen has been passed as well. So has Goethe. Goethe's dropped down slightly, but brilliant battling for a whole lap between these two drivers, or nearly a whole lap. And this is absolutely amazing stuff. Traminit's now going to try and attack Browning, but everyone from 4th downwards has lost a bit of time. And Megatunic trying to put some pressure on Arvid Lindblad as well.
And contact! And off the track with a rear puncture goes Arvid Lindblad. And he's going to have a very long race to get back to the pit lane as well. Damage, as we see Forlaroli drop back. Just the slightest of contact, and Lindblad drops back. Oh, and lead again changing. Stanshaw's now involved in this one as well. So Lindblad with a puncture. Oh, round the outside! Oh. Solov desperate to hold off against Montoya. Come on, guys. Bit of respect as we come down to turn 4. And into the lead goes Mansell. Oh, it's a big accident! Huge accident! And this will be a red flag for sure.
Ooh.
Safety car's out. Car in the middle of the circuit. I think it's Montoya. Huge accident for Sebastian Montoya on the run down to turn 4 at Socha's Gold, hitting the barrier and spinning at least a 720 back into the centre of the circuit. Safety car is immediately deployed. It will be a red flag, no doubt about that in my mind. Huge accident. And let's hope that Sebastian Montoya is okay because he's climbing out of the car. A testament to modern machinery. But that was always going to happen, Omi. Montoya was... And they were all battling so hard, especially Montoya.
Yeah, they were all battling. So, and extension was able to move up to second place as well. So he was able to get past Christian Mansell's position there. Huge moment for Sebastian Montoya. The safety car is out. But yes, great to see that Montoya is climbing out of the car and is okay.
Too much debris down there with not enough laps remaining. I will assume this will be a red flag and maybe a call to end the race here. With the schedule that we have, and if there's a barrier damaged, which in that type of instance, I think there would be. We'll wait to see what the initial run is. I expect that we'll spend at least another lap and a half on the safety car. Then we'll see if it's a red flag or not. I think it will be. They can't really end it under the safety car. There's too much debris across the track, and Sebastian Montoya looks A-OK, which is great news. Lindblad into the pit lane with his puncture. Right, let's take a look at this. One more with Gabriel Mini. Just ahead is Sebastian Montoya and Alexander Dune. Now, Dune goes late and contacts slightly with Mini, but it's going to be Montoya and Dune side by side. Dune goes to the inside, Montoya to the outside. Dune gives him no room. Montoya gets on the grass and tries to cut back across and slams into the barrier. That's Dune not giving Montoya enough racing room there, Romy. How do you reckon of that as we see the long angle now?
Yeah, this was between the leaders as well. So this was the move that we had going through for Mansell getting past. And those two were both battling with Solov trying to go all the way around the outside. But yes, there was chaos behind with Dune and Mansell. Dune and Montoya, making contact, and lucky everyone was able to avoid that as Montoya's car went to the outside line. One of the Rodins also having to take a bit of a wide line close to the gravel to try and take action.
Yeah,
and then
hang on.
This is where we get the lead change once again. Yeah, this is where we got the change once again, and this is where we got Solov going through and then going through. So it's the exit.
Was that under safety car? That's the question. Safety car boards were out when Steinshaw got ahead of Mansell. So I think Steinshaw might have to get that place back under the safety car. Lap 19 of 21. There's Arvid Lindblad who can resume, but a lap down in this event. And we would have ended in enough time without the need of this result. But safety car's out. Is it broken suspension? No, new tyre fitted. So he should be good to go. But I don't think we'll be racing very long. This has to surely be a red flag, unless they're just going to end it completely under safety car, which I can see. But by the time we're 2:22, we might just make it in time. Literally, you might have to call the checker flag and then leave to go and start the recording with Megan. This is side by side. Lindblad. That's where Lindblad got the puncture. Off the back of Megatuniv. And that was easily done. Did well to get it back, actually. Right, they're assessing it.
Entire lap as well.
Yeah. Right, they've got the car out of the way at turn 4. Now they're assessing the barrier damage. They've got to sweep it all too, so we're running out of laps. Looks like this race again is going to end behind the safety car. 4 minutes, 4 minutes. Oh, it's tight. I can tell you that right now. Might be slightly late on air from MotoGP in the second practice session. Just a tad late. Unless they throw the red, and it's pretty much done. Which they haven't done. So 2 to go.
Yeah.
Last lap time was a 2:12. 2, 4, 24, 8. Alright, maybe we'll just have enough time. The flag will fall, and then I'll have to literally run out the box and leave you on the world feed for 5 minutes. Let's hope later on it's better timing as well. Strange session. Really is confusing everybody out here. This is the lead change again with Solov. It turns out to be the winning move of the race. On the outside line, downhill to turn 4. So Lindbland's out of the race now as well.
Indeed,
Go on, sorry, go on, Amy.
Yeah, but he wasn't able to hold it further on, as we see another replay of Montoya losing it. So you would think it was done.
Yeah, it was a big one.
Yeah, that's from Goethe on the radio. But you'd think it was done for Christian Mansell, but instead he loses it to Solov and Stenshorn at a place where we usually wouldn't see it at turn number 6.
Mini must have been
So we'll need to
terrified.
see what happens with. He would have, because that car could have, Montoya's car could have easily went into the path of his car as it was going more and more to the outside. Browning was just able to avoid it as well.
Safety car's coming in. We're going to have 1 lap of racing.
Here we go. 1 lap.
What? Wow.
Here we go.
Hands up, who expected that? Brilliant work for the Marshals. So, 1 more lap of racing to decide who will win the sprint race here, and we are go. Black and white flag for car 26 though, as we get onto the last lap. No DRS then, so it's all going to have to be done with slipstream manoeuvres, but that's not a problem with these Formula 3 cars. A little bit wide there as well for Lawrence Van Hopen. He's going to leave himself vulnerable to Gabriel Mini as they head down towards turn number 3, or head uphill. And Mini's trying to go around the outside of Van Hopen into Remus. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't. He'll try and get the cut back, better exit speed. And I think Omi as well, he might just have it.
He went on the grass momentarily. It seems like he'll need to do it. Down to turn number 4. Lawrence Van Hopen, of course, will cover the inside. Can Mini get to the inside? Can he get to the outside? Seems like he's stuck behind. Goethe also waiting for his opportunity. Solov has survived that restart absolutely perfectly. He has got a 7-10 scab. The battle will continue, and now Mini from the attack is looking to defend. Goethe is going to try and do something in the last sector, but we're running out of chances in this one as Ramos has got past Joshua Defect, but Solov about to take the flag first.
Now Leon trying to pass Tim Chamanitz. It is not working out as well. Nicholas Solov, though, is going to be having cloud 9 here in Austria. Comes out of Rindt into the last corner. Steinshaw tried as Boyer's got a problem. Boyer drops down, down, down. But Solov goes high, high, high and wins the sprint race here in Austria. Mansell will finish in 3rd, Steinshaw 2nd, Dune 4th, Van Hopen 5th. But what happened? Oh, it's some kind of issue with Boyer. Drops him down into 18th position. No further than that, 22nd now for Boyer as he came across the line. Wow. Right, we'll get the thoughts in a minute with our Punch team. Let's hand over to the World Feed as I'll go start MotoGP.
Brilliant drive from Solov, who really had to get his elbows out with Mansell hard charging behind. I don't think Solov had the fastest car of these leaders, but he got the job done.
Well done, mate. Well done. Good job. Yeah, come on. Good one, boy. Thank you.
Wild battling over the lead of that one. A nicely delivered restart as well from Solov.
It really was. It was those moves at turn 4, wasn't it? Round the outside, on the brakes. Nicholas Solov down to this corner, did so well. And Stenshaw did very well. He stayed so patient in that race and picked up 2nd.
Allez, mate, good job. Something good, right? Yeah, I felt we had good pace, so the safety car came out because I saved my tires out a lot in the beginning, so.
So much of it about the management of the tyre for the drivers, especially when you have a last-ditch restart like that. You need the tyre to work for you. How much of it have you got left? But yes, good patience again from Stenshaw, who was under pressure from his fellow McLaren Academy graduate Alex Dunn early on in the race. Managed to steal a move on Christian Mansell and held on to it to the flag. Christian Mansell, again, another podium. Will be delighted with that. and another very accomplished drive from a driver who's becoming a routine podium finisher, isn't he, at Formula 3 level?
He really is, Christian Mansell. 3 in 3 rounds. And let's have a look at what Dino Beganovic was up to.
So we saw Mari Boyer tumbling down the order on the final lap, and that's because he's off on the apex, across the apex of turn 8. So this was the eagle-eyed amongst you may well have seen a driver off the road as they all came across the line, which was Esterson making his way back on the start-finish straight.
That's a shame. He was having a very good race. 18th. Mari Boyer dropped to 22nd. There was so much to keep up with in that pace. Yes, great job to the guys as always for delivering us all the pictures. Nicola Solov, though, delivered us some great action to watch, didn't he? Fernando Alonso, I think, would have been very proud of his performance there. A driver who always gets his elbows out when required and always gets himself to the top step of the podium when he sees the opportunity. And that's exactly what Nicola Solov has done today. The Bulgarian driver who made history at Monaco is back to the top step of the podium. This time, for the second time in his Formula 3 career, and he is really starting to come into the form we all expected when he came into this championship last year. A Spanish F4 champion in 2022, backed by the Alpine Academy, and now Nicola Solov starting to really show some dangerous form for his opponents, isn't he?
Bruno Famin. Make sure you say congratulations to Bruno. He's your future employer. There we go. Nicolas Solov checking out, taking the plaudits of the Alpine Academy as well. He might. And a brilliant drive, as you say, Chris, from him. Sitting 12th in the championship now, as you say, a couple of wins to his name, 25 points. That'll vault him a decent way up the standings. Christian Mansell looking potentially slightly reserved. He wants that win, doesn't he, Mansell?
I think so. Yeah, I think he saw his chance of his first Formula 3 win today. It didn't come. It was that exit out of turn 4. He'll think about that one. But nevertheless, that could have been a race where he could have ended up watching from the sidelines. It was a heated battle out there, wasn't it? He took the points. He took the point when he had some of his championship rivals out of them. He took the points.
Well, as we saw further back, it only takes one bit of aggression, unfortunate moment, tiny bit of hot-headedness for it to end up in the outside wall. And every time they go side by side down towards turn 4 like that, that's an option, that's an opportunity, because these young drivers get it right so much of the time. It's easy to forget that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But side by side they went, and Solov and Mansell, must be said, great respectful racing between those two.
Likewise, Stenchon as well. The Frecker vice champion. He is another who's starting to show some really good form, the McLaren Junior. Two drivers leading us across the line. The one that led us home, Alpine Academy driver, Nicola Solov. Once again on the podium in Formula 3. Once again on the top step. This time at the Red Bull Ring. Had to fight a little harder for it this time than he did on the streets of Monaco. Had to pull off some fantastic moves. But certainly, that's one he will remember.
It's a different prospect here, isn't it? From being towards the front of the grid in Monaco and hanging on to it. You've really got to fight for it here. And fight for it he did. With regards to the Drivers' Championship, Fornaroli still leads the standings from Luke Browning. Minimal change there, of course, between those two. They finished line astern in the race, but neither of them scoring.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, the leading driver to score is Gabriele Mini, who closes up the gap to 77 points for him now in third position in the Drivers' Championship. So very few points now covering the top 3. Lindblad with that puncture, not scoring that time around, so stalemate towards the front of the series. But of course, a lot of points to be dished out tomorrow. Fornaroli will again start outside a points-paying position, down in 24th, so it's going to be tricky for him. Let's listen in.
You got the beef, right?
So difficult race to 7 tires.
Who? Sorry?
It was so difficult this race to 7 tires.
Yeah. I passed you, and then I was trying to save. He was saving as well. Yeah. Did you get a beep on the when we slowed down?
Yeah. But it was just like that.
Yeah. Because I lifted, and then I saw it was green, so I just went. But you didn't lift at all, no?
Yeah, I lifted when I overtook you, like on the left side of the lift.
Yeah. I wanted to do something different.
I'm sitting on the ground, there's not much to record.
It's confusing with them beeps.
It's a very rookie mistake. I mean,
not really, because you get a penalty if you go flat, like me in Imola, so you have to lift. And I lifted as well.
Well, Christian Mansell
So
certainly not happy there.
Yeah, discussion there about the moment of that Montoya incident, I think, where, of course, the yellows came out. We've seen nothing in terms of it being picked up by race control, which is why we haven't referenced it at all.
Yeah.
But the drivers all there, covering off their actions when the yellows came out, which, of course, the incident behind them, but it did go to safety cars. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Nothing being noted so far. With regards to their performance, Christian Mansell, though, takes third position on the rostrum. Discussion there between them about their actions taken, but for the moment, these are the podium positions that we have.
Yeah, well, Christian Mansell, that's going to be 4th for him this season, 6th in his Formula 3 career. Martinez Stenchorn out on the podium for the 2nd time. Likewise, Nicholas Solov, and both times we've seen him there, he's been on the top step, the Bulgarian driver. Well done to Nicholas Solov, the Alpine Academy driver for ART Grand Prix, taking his 2nd win in Formula 3. He's doing a really superb job in recent rounds. The young 17-year-old starting to really find some form. He had to really fight hard for that one, pulled off some fabulous moves, particularly around the outside of turn 4. Helped ART Grand Prix to another win this season. Another podium it'll be as well for Martinez Stenchorn as well. That's points scored in the last 2 rounds now as well, after a slight dip of form by his standards, but now we're seeing him in tracks he's familiar with. We're seeing the Martinez Stenchorn we all expected.
Yep, Christian Mansell finishing in 3rd position. Another great result for him. And now, as ever, here on the podium, it's champagne time! All by Christian Mansell, who's too young to do so as well. But away we go. Let's get thoughts then quickly of our puncher team, starting with Jack. Jack, what did you make of the race? He's on mute.
Got it. Okay, never mind, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. Pretty exciting race. Great battles for the lead. Austria never disappoints. I feel a little bit bad for Mansell there, who's too young for the champagne. Feel a little bit bad for him. But hey, there's better things in life than alcohol, in my opinion. But yeah, brilliant race. Formula 3 at Spielberg never disappoints. And of course, Josh and I imagine Omi will see you all tomorrow for the feature race.
Absolutely.
Formula
Omi?
3. That's fair.
Oops, there we go. By Solov, our second repeat winner of the year. Let's see what's going to happen in tomorrow's race, but an exciting race today, typical Formula 3.
Thanks, Omi. Thanks, Jack. We'll see you later on then for F1 sprinting. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.